One stood. We are at Pittsburgh's Acrisure Stadium. Today we hit Week 10, and we've got a good one in store between the New Orleans Saints and the Pittsburgh Steelers. The shadow's starting to get a bit longer. Week 10 of the NFL season is here, and we're underway on EA Sports. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. They'll start the drive with Harris. And that's not the start that he was looking for, as he's going to be met and dropped behind the line. It'll go as a loss of 3 right away, and it's second down.
Part of their struggles last week was getting these negative plays on first and second down. That's something they have to be wary of as this game continues.
So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the first down run goes backwards. Here's Pickett. He'll get this to his tight end. That's Pat Freiermuth. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. Pickett to his tight end Freiermuth for the Steeler first.
I got a kick out of that one, partner. You and I talk often about trying to hide receivers in certain situations, but a guy of his size can't really hide him. But the tight end drag route, definitely an effective way to sneak him across the formation for an easy completion and a first down.
In motion left goes a tight end. Now a first down carry for Harris, and a 5-yard gain gets him to the 42. The Steelers at 1-7 now in the year, and they come in off the extended break from the bye.
And I think it was much needed as well, because you play 2.5 months. You know you're ready for some time off in order to get prepared for the home stretch. In fact, when they looked at the schedule to start the season, I think they liked where their open week fell.
2nd and 5 now. Pickett. And his throw is incomplete.
They are such a talented team at defending the perimeter and taking away throws to the outside. Great confidence, great skill.
They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass. Pickett, he'll look to throw it. He's got his tight end Freiermuth over the middle. And he will have a Steelers first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
And that's well executed there on 3rd down. And I love the confidence that they had to let their tight end try and find some space in the middle of the field, right in their quarterback's line of vision. And QBs love to make that easy throw, and they hooked up there for a first down.
Credit the tackle to Kentavious Street, the product of NC State. Well, this defense for the Saints, they were very solid last week in the victory over Baltimore.
No matter what coverage was called, they were right in the hip pockets of the receivers all game long, step for step, running their routes with them. Turned out they were right there every time the ball was in the air, and they came away with 5 interceptions in that one.
Again, it's Harris on 2nd down. And he'll fight forward maybe to the line of scrimmage, but that's all. No gain on the play there, so that doesn't help. Now they're looking up at a 3rd and 9 situation.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
Throwing on 3rd down. Here's Pickett. Flushed out right. Pass complete. George Pickens with it. And this is going to be another first down as the tackle's made at the Saints' 25-yard line. Pickett to throw on first down. A quick throw knocked away. It's incomplete.
Well, it will look like a march to the end zone has hit a momentary roadblock with that incompletion. No need to panic. They just got to come up with a high percentage play call and see if they can get their offense back on track.
On second down, this is Harris. And he'll get a couple here down to the 22. But not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Marked that down for a win in the defense's column.
Now throwing on third down there, but he cannot connect.
They converted twice on third down that drive already, but couldn't make it a third. We always talk about in-game adjustments. How about what the defense did there, able to shut them down on that attempt.
Boswell's kick is good. And the Steelers will jump out to a 3-zip lead. So the opening drive does yield points, maybe not the 7 they wanted, but they'll take the 3.
Accumulating first downs does not go up on the scoreboard, but it does go into the DNA of a team that's trying to establish itself to start a game. Pretty good for them. They'll take the 3.
Yeah, they had 3 first downs and 3 points. Winston and the Saints now with a 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. They'll try and start this drive in the air. Out of the backfield, that's complete to Kamara. And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32.
And I like the idea here. Get the ball in his hands, even if it's in the passing game. 3 catches a week ago, and he does a nice job here to pick up yardage.
They'll operate from the 32-yard line here, 2nd and 3. To throw is Winston. Back to Kamara for another catch. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down. Well, we know he can run the football too, but he's a good pass catcher. That's been on display here, Charles, on this opening drive.
And we certainly have seen the benefits of what he did in the offseason, which was spend more time with wide receivers, working on routes, working on cuts, in order to make himself a more complete running back and even more of a threat downfield.
And he'll have it past midfield, almost to the 40 before being taken. Operating out of Steeler territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 41. Winston. Oh, into a sea of defenders and intercepted. It's Devin Bush, the linebacker, who picks it. And the Steelers are going to get the football here as he gets this up to the 38-yard line.
Well, that's a drive killer right there. Not a really confident throw either. This one was kind of up for grabs, and it's going to come down the hands of the wrong team.
The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. 1-7, their record here at the midway point of the season. And right now, this organization, more than likely, if you look at it, CD, probably in for a rough second half of the season.
Well, we've seen teams turn things around.
This is intercepted. Picked up by the Honey Badger, Tyrann Mathieu. And the Saints are going to take possession of the football. The rookie was trying to push it downfield, but the safety bit him.
And he'll learn that you have to hold the safety. And you do that with your head movement, your eyes, sometimes your shoulders. Hold the safety so that you can get back to the throw that you really want to make. He got so excited thinking his guy was open that he made it easy for the defensive back to go get the football.
Following the interception, Winston. And that is caught on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. The throw took him a little too far. It's second down.
That incompletion certainly slows things down a little bit and brings up a very important call for second and long. What do? Run and try and get some yardage and make it third and manageable? Or challenge the coverage again, hoping for a bigger gain?
Now it's Kamara in the passing game. And he'll be taken down here just shy of the 30.
Well, they certainly made a point of getting him involved in the passing game here in the first half. They must have seen something in the scouting that said, hey, we can capitalize on him getting the ball, possibly in the open field. And I think in the second half, that may loosen up the defense a little bit to get the running game going back inside.
Well, that's into a sea of bodies, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Minkah Fitzpatrick. And the Steelers are going to take over once again with a football at their own 20-yard line. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive.
And for this offense, Charles, you got to think kind of crucial here to put something together on this drive, because remember last time out they threw the interception on the very first play.
And you can't afford to let this defense keep building any more momentum. They're playing awfully well, and they're awfully confident right now. To me, it's time to attack and take some of that momentum back. But make sure you're selective in doing so. Understand where you want to throw the football and make sure it's open before the ball leaves your hands.
Harris going to get it again on second down. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. It's a Pittsburgh first down, a gain of 13. 2 minutes gone by, second quarter. They'll run again with Harris. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
That felt like a trap because it looked to me like the opposing front was on that play from the get-go. They had everyone crashing the ball carrier before he even made the line, and they hold him to just a yard.
On 2nd and 9, Pickett escaping the pressure right. And seeing nowhere to throw, he chucks this one away from harm. Incomplete. Now it's 3rd down.
Well, sometimes an incompletion is the right play. And he showed that he's learned from his earlier interception on that throw. Instead of forcing it, he just tossed it away.
And the slot man goes in motion left. Pickett will look to throw it here. That ball caught by the former Toledo Rocket, Deontay Johnson. And this is going to be another first down as the tackle's made at the Saints 37. His first catch, and it's a pretty big one. They get the conversion on 3rd down. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10.
To the air on 1st down with Pickett.
Completes Austin here over the middle. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or two shy of the 10. A good pickup there, 26 yards.
Now a 1st and 10 at the 11.
A run with Harris out of the shotgun. And they go the wrong way on this one. Losing yardage back at the 12. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
It's Harris on second down.
And able to get him inside the 5 here, just inside the 5 to about the 4. The Saints going to call the first of their timeouts. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime.
Try him with Pickett here on third down. That throw finds Pickens in the end zone. Touchdown Steelers. A great effort there.
His 5th touchdown now on the year, as his guys are able to extend their lead. Boswell good with the extra point, and the lead grows to 10-0. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown.
And we'll see a return here from the end zone. And the decision to bring it out, not a good one, as he's tackled at the 15. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started.
And it's been a miserable start for them offensively. Obviously, 2 drives, 2 interceptions.
And this is where you have to know your quarterback and know how you actually have to reach him. Do you do it with a little bit of humor? Maybe you break the ice a little bit, like, hey, didn't we practice in that colored jersey all week, not the one that you're throwing it to? Or maybe you have to be stern with it. But whatever it's going to take to get the message, it has to be done. He's putting the game in jeopardy.
They go play action. Winston rolling to his left. Now he'll throw deep left side. And Jameis intercepted a 3rd time. William Jackson with a pick. And the Steelers are going to take possession of the football.
3 first-half interceptions now, and Charles, you'd have to think a fair amount of concern is developing over there on that sideline.
And there should be, because essentially he's been a little loose and possibly reckless with the football here in the first half. Now, maybe it's not all on him, but still 3 interceptions. That puts the entire team in jeopardy. So the play caller from here on out got to design some throws for him that he can complete, keep it away from the defense, and try and get him back on track.
And he's going to get this one down to the 30. Now we'll get a quick timeout called by New Orleans, number 2, as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next.
Pickett on 3rd and 1. Oh, that's into a double team, and it's intercepted. And the Saints force the turnover. They'll take over at their own 27.
A tough adjustment to the NFL throughout his rookie season, and his problem with turnovers is only exacerbated by his early showing today. That's a couple for him here in this first half, and he's cleared the double-digit mark for the entire season.
Trying to shake off the interception, he'll look to throw. Slings this deep from McLaurin. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked up by Minka Fitzpatrick.
Well, CD, when you mentioned earlier about spreading the ball around in this game, I don't think you mentioned the guys in the other uniform. There are 4 interceptions here in the first half, and several different guys have picked them off.
Yeah, instead of analyzing what's going wrong with him, throwing the football, while we look at the defense, they came in prepared. An excellent game plan, well scouted, and they're taking it away at almost every turn.
Now on 2nd and 16. Pickett. Here's Johnson with a reception. And way up past the 35 before he's taken down. Now the Steelers use the first of their 3 timeouts, as they'll stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in this first half. Much more room to operate under after the big play. Here's 1st and 10.
On 1st and 10, it's Pickett. And that one off the mark behind him, incomplete.
Maybe a little over-anxious in the pocket there. He just didn't look comfortable on that throw.
No, he didn't, because it wasn't his normal fluid delivery. And I think you might have had it right. Wasn't really confident with what he saw downfield, and almost felt like he wanted to pull that one back.
Harris running straight ahead. And he's got it up over the 40 to the 41. So we reach halftime here in the Steel City with the Steelers on top. As we'll send you down to Orlando, and we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gunn, getting set for quarter number 3 here. The Saints going to go on offense first, and they trail here as we begin quarter number 3. Well, from deep in the end zone, he's going to bring this out. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. Charles, it'll be interesting to see what adjustments this offense made in the locker room. Haven't really been able to get anything going offensively, virtually nothing in the ground attack either. So certainly something has to change here in quarter 3.
And I'm pretty sure their friends from the defensive side of the ball told them exactly that, because those guys, the star troops, they've been playing pretty well. They've kept them around in this game. Now they got some time. The running game struggled in the first half. Opposition knows how to focus on defending the pass here. They've got to re-energize that ground game and maybe open things up for a comeback here in this half.
On second down, Winston again. And he'll get this into the hands of Hill, complete. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. Going quickly here to Thomas. And he'll be brought down inside the 40-yard line. Jameis again. Got his man. It's Bo Melton. And he'll cross over out of bounds right at the 25. He was held without a catch in the first half, but he's got one here, and he also picks up a first down. Those are the kinds of plays right there that show you why he's the number 3 man in the NFL in terms of receiving yards.
Also tells you there's a full combination of what he's got going in his game. You name it, from route running to catching the football. That's why he's able to produce those types of numbers.
That's to his running back. It's Alvin Kamara. And he's going to be brought down at about the 16. In need of only about the length of the football here on second down. Winston to give. It's Kamara. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down. The play fake, Winston. And he's left with no option here but to throw it away.
The goal is certainly to try and make a big play happen and climb back into this game, but you have to be careful. If you overdo it, you could turn it over and hurt your team.
A 2nd and 10 forthcoming here. Third quarter action in the Steel City of Pittsburgh, PA.
Jameis to throw it. Eluding the pressure right. And he'll just get rid of it.
You get the sense that they're saying we're not playing up to what we're capable of, and we're deep enough into the game that the early jitters are long gone, that they should now have some sense of continuity and be able to make some of these plays that they have not been doing so far.
On third down, Winston. This to McLaurin out on the left side. And he maybe makes it back to the line of scrimmage. That's it.
Winston to the sideline here on 4th down, and Will Lutz gets set for a New Orleans field goal try.
The kick by Lutz is good.
So he's been automatic to this point of the season, and he connects on the field goal there.
And what a luxury it is to have a kicker you can depend upon, partner, because he hasn't missed all year long. Converts on that one as well. And kudos to you. You didn't jinx it.
Austin elects to bring this out of the end zone. And he'll be brought down right on the chalk of the 20. The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. Now this game, it has obviously been all about the defense on both sides of the football. Which offense is going to break through here? We'll see if they can do it on this drive.
And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
We've seen these defenses make enough opportunistic plays to keep this one low scoring. Flying around, making plays on the ball, and we see yet another errant throw as a result.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Pickett in trouble here, and down he goes. Back at the 8-yard line. Marcus Davenport in there to get him, and on the season now, that is 9 sacks for him.
Pickett and the Steelers in need of a big play here. 3rd and long after the sack.
Johnson goes in motion left. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw.
Yeah, this pass broken up. Excellent coverage there on 3rd down, as that was not an easy one to hold on to.
The Steelers send out their punter now, as his first punt will come from inside his own end zone. A big boot that time. 57 yards the official distance. And the Saints will take over with a 1st down and 10. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. And, Charles, they're certainly still right in this game, but they need that offense to wake up and in a hurry.
Yeah, I like the way you put it. They certainly did seem to sleepwalk a bit in the first half. Now that their defense has done its job, it's their turn now to go out and try and get some points.
Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete.
Even without a ton of pressure in his face, it just shows how difficult it is to pick apart his own defense. Those guys are sitting back, and they're not playing receivers as much as they're playing the eyes of the quarterback and when he delivers the ball.
On play action, Winston.
And the timing a bit off that time as that one falls to the ground.
Tough series for the passing game. Things just aren't clicking. Hoping they can come through on this play and get this series back on track with a completion for enough yardage for a 1st down.
And the terrible towels in full force now as the Steelers get set to defend this 3rd and long.
Now Winston. Buying time to his left. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
Well, defensively, they haven't let him just sit in the pocket and get comfortable, and that's opposite a lot of game plans in today's NFL. Ordinarily, you're trying to keep the quarterback hemmed in. In this case, they brought the heat, and if he flushes out, they're fine with that, and they force another incompletion.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And our game's hit a little bit of a lull here, a little bit of a snag. Punts on back-to-back drives.
And old-school coaches don't necessarily mind that. Didn't turn it over, right? Didn't create a big play for the other team. Right now what you're looking for is can you gain an advantage in field position? And that's what both teams are seeking right now.
Yeah, they'll be seeking to gain that advantage here on this drive.
Harris going to get it again on 2nd down.
And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26.
But when you go from 2nd and 4 to 3rd and 3, that just tells you who won that battle on the last play, huh?
Yeah, 1st round went to the offense, 2nd round the defense.
Now Pickett.
He's got him in, complete. And now the rookie's free. And into the zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh.
Well, Charles, kind of the future of this franchise on display right there. You had a rookie throwing it, a rookie catching it, and taking it into the end zone.
Can you imagine if we were in the owner's box right now and we could look at the front office and see the grins on their faces, to see the present making plays and knowing what the future will bring with these youngsters going out and making big-time moments happen for this team.
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started.
And Charles, a very uninspired effort the last time we saw them out there was a quick 3-and-out, and they punted the football.
Yeah, and you never want to get stopped so soundly during a series, but what would be even worse now is letting it happen again right here. They've got to get going.
Right off the bat, it's a first down to start the drive, 12 yards. Now Winston. And he's got it. What a catch on the sideline. We've played 3 quarters. So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. Throwing, Winston. He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. And he's got it. Touchdown, Saints. Terry McLaurin, 34 yards. And the Saints have made it a one-score game again here in the 4th. Lutz with the extra point. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this 4th quarter. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. Their lead back down to 1 score after the touchdown a moment ago. First down's a must on this drive as they start out here 1st and 10. And he'll fight forward on the straight-ahead running for just a couple of yards, 2nd down.
That's it. That's what you want. Straight-ahead positive gain. Just keep that clock ticking.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. In motion, the tight end. From the 27, Pickett. And that will be incomplete. Try to dial up the long way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
Well, you most certainly don't want to go 3-and-out here and get the football right back, because your friend, Old Momentum, he's wondering if he should change sidelines about right now. And if you don't convert here, guess what? He's going to make the trek to the opposite side, and all of a sudden, you've got a battle on your hands.
Completing it to the right side, Johnson. And a good job defensively. They stop him short of the 1st at the 32. The Steelers send out their punter now as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. On the return, Hardy. And that'll be a return of 12 following a very nice punt. And they will take over 1st and 10. The Saints offense on the field ready to get their drive started. And it feels like the momentum has shifted. They scored, then their defense forces that last punt. And now a chance to tie the game on this possession. And now here's another interception. The safety, Terrell Edmonds, picks it. And he brings this one back. It's a pick 6 for a Steeler touchdown. As well for the extra point. And the lead is up to 14. So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. We'll see if they can band back together after the pick six. It hurt badly, but still within striking distance. A two-score game with a good chunk of time on the clock. The first play of the drive there is incomplete.
Well, we've talked about it, CD, but it bears repeating. They are struggling to throw the football. All the interceptions and more incompletions. It just doesn't look like things are in sync out there.
I would agree with that, and it's not a good day when you feel like an incomplete pass is almost a win for you because it wasn't intercepted. And I think the receivers now, when they're running their routes, they want to catch the ball, but they also want to make sure that the defenders don't take it away.
To throw on 2nd and 10. Winston. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a first down. Well done. Jameis now on 1st down.
They'll get this out to Kamara.
And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. Fourth quarter, every drive's so critical, and you figure they only get one more shot after this, so a touchdown's imperative on this drive.
It is, but you also have to think to yourself in play calling, don't hold anything back. Don't save it for the second touchdown. You got the first one for the second one to even matter.
Throwing again on 2nd down. Winston. That is hauled in by Michael Thomas. Operating out of Steeler territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line. Winston now. That's complete to his running back, Kamara. And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25. Winston now to throw on 1st down.
Alvin Kamara reeling it in on back-to-back plays. And they're going to get this down inside the 20.
Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Winston.
Hauled in on the out route by Melton.
And he'll be out of bounds, taking it just shy of the 10 at the 11 or the 12. That one good for 7 as this long drive continues and the chains move again.
From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10.
They'll send a receiver in motion left. They'll throw again. Winston. Nothing open downfield, so he'll throw it away.
Oh, that's good decision-making right there. Understood down in distance. Knew it wasn't 3rd down, and he still had another opportunity to earn the 1st down. Good job throwing it away and avoiding an interception.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. Here's Winston. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Levi Wallace with a pick.
And the Steelers are going to get the football here as the ball will come out to the 20.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. Harris starts the drive on the ground. Fights forward for only about a yard up to the 21. You know, I was going to ask you if maybe they should surprise and pass the ball, but where they're at on the field, I think keep it on the ground, right?
I like where you're going with this one because field position is going to determine these play calls. And backed up where they are, I don't even think about putting the ball in the air. I tell my running backs, grasp the football, and I tell my offensive line, don't allow any leaks so they get hit immediately when we hand it off.
And he'll go down right at the 30-yard line.
62 yards rushing for him now in the ball game.
2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. This is a big third down, and you'd have to think we'd see a timeout right away if they can't stop him here. Trying to pick it up on the ground with Harris. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. Pittsburgh getting 16 yards there and also a first down.
No doubt those are the types of carries they're looking for here, Charles. The lead in the fourth quarter. This is when coaches that have a reliable running game, they breathe a little easier on the sideline.
Yeah, they love the idea that they can take the air out of the football at this point of the game. That means they're really counting on that offensive line, counting on the runners, taking care of the football. Because you're going to tell your quarterback, hey, no time to be a hero. We're not going to throw it here. Just eat up that clock. And if you have the ball, they can't score.
And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. He got maybe a half yard at most, but officially they'll be left with a 3rd and 2. On 3rd down, here's Harris. And he'll be tackled about 2 yards shy of the line to gain. A 1-yard pickup leads to 4th down. The Steelers send out their punter now as he's on here to punt it away. And a nice job here to down this one right on the 5-yard line.
That punt was near perfection as it checked up inside the 5-yard line. You never know where these things are going to go, do you?
No, what was it? You got a John Heisman quote about that,
yeah,
right?
He said the football is roughly a prolate spheroid, which means it's going to bounce funny, and you never know where it's going to end up.
Now a desperation throw deep downfield. He's got him in, complete. Past the 20. And he takes this one into the end zone, and all of a sudden, here in the final minute, things get a little bit tighter. Lutz will look to add the extra point. He's got it, and it's 24-17. So still a little over 40 seconds to go. Time enough to put a drive together if they can get this onside kick. And this is going to be recovered by the hands team. And that should just about put a capper on this one. They had to go for it with no timeouts remaining, though now this one's as good as over.
They gave it an effort. They tried their best, did everything they could to try and get the ball on the onside kick. You're exactly right. They had to try it. It was their only option. And now this game is done. Just take it, kneel, and call it a day.
Now a give, running left is Harris.
And down to the 41.
Charles, why didn't they just take the knee there?
You're asking the question that I'm asking as well, because we've seen a lot of football where coaches decide maybe they get a little greedy. I don't know if they're doing it for stats or for what reason. We've seen it happen in college and happen in the NFL. The miracle of the Meadowlands. All they had to do was take a knee and the game was over. The Giants ran it one more time. Ball popped free. Philadelphia picks it up and wins the game.
What year was that?
1978. I think it was in November.
So this one in the win column for the Pittsburgh Steelers. And I tell you what, I can't remember a defensive performance as good as this one. They seemingly forced turnover after turnover after turnover every time you turned around.
Yeah, you can just keep going with it, can't you? After turnover, after turnover. As this game unfolded, they were doing all the dictating, right? They told the offense exactly how it was going to go down today. So you saw them deflate with every series, didn't you? Every time they ran onto the field, it was slower and slower to get to the football because they just felt like if we go out there, we're just going to turn it over anyway. So it was really, really a stellar performance.
So for Pittsburgh, it's a rare bright spot in what's been a tough season as they move to 2-7 now on the year. And they'll have another home date next week as the Cincinnati Bengals come to town. Meanwhile, for New Orleans, they come back.
Yeah. Yeah. Hold up, it ain't easy breaking away or being a great. They slamming the door, I'm jumping the gate. Cause a starving stomach like being punched in the face. And an instrumental was the last time that I ate food from all of the base. My A-spoon going big son told me about the game. 20 years later, know my name. King, crown me, lounge in the back of the spot. Pay homage to an underground peasant, climb to the top. Funny style on elevators could never fade us. I peep data stain anytime they congratulate us. Goggles is worn and bottles is popping. I'm beyond Sanders on haters. This ice bucket dropping over their head with it. They should have cred with it. You either fight or flight. I ain't one for the ledge living. I do it for the one that died but fed millions. With soul food flowed and stock my bad kitchen. I'm liberated. I drew a play that they ain't illustrated. I make a move they gladly imitated. I ain't flattered, I'm a dragon to your paper castle. The Alpha and Omega, promise it ain't nothing after. A new beginning. My catalog like James Earl Jones, the ever living. Imagine if I did make beats that's more for killing. Imagine if you come from the side.